And I promise I will not give away any more titles to any episodes ever again. Good morning and welcome to Our Morning Take. My name is Frank Johnson.
My name is Abraham Lawrence.
And I'm Tim Goetz.
And our goal here is to describe... I just got this big saliva thing in my
I told you that you need to start doing those actor warm-ups.
Me.
But before we start this episode, I just want to say that I want to apologize on air for my historical error in reference to Pearl Harbor. I do not take it lightly at all, and I 100% apologize for getting the date wrong.
Yeah,
well, hey, listen, we all would have had to have looked it up on
You made
Google.
me. I'm thinking I did forget. But, and I was kind of glad I brought it up on December 6th then, because I would hate to forget if it actually was December 6th. But I was thinking it was the 7th, and I was thinking it was coming up. But anyway, it doesn't matter, really. I mean, it was a long time ago, almost 100 years ago now. But we will never forget it, though.
No, not at all. And I don't want anyone thinking that we're making light of what happened, because I come from a long line of servicemen as well as my compadres here, so it's something that we take very seriously.
All right. Well, thank you, Abe, for telling the listeners that. But today is Pearl Harbor Day. It's December the 7th, 1941. So our goal here normally is to show you the movie that's going on in our head, but we also share with you just the thoughts that go through our head, too. Just like that thing with Judah not wanting to give up his last son. And so he understood exactly why Jacob didn't want to give up his last son. And anyway, speaking of last sons, did Joseph have any more besides Manasseh and Ephraim? It's not recorded, is it? Or is it?
It's recorded, but I'm not sure. He had like sons and daughters.
Oh, good.
But we'll get to that when we get to the end of his life.
I knew it was in
there.
there,
talk about it.
but I don't remember reading it myself. And I know you've already read through 50 at least 48 times now in the last 3 weeks. So
another thing that I find interesting when Jacob was praying, he's explaining to Joseph about his spirituality, the angel which redeemed me from all evil, all of the things that I've done, and
that angel was the angel of the Lord.
Yes,
and we know that is the future Christ. We call that the incarnate Christ, the angel of the Lord. And that was who would redeem all men from their sins.
And then as Joseph is hearing that, he's probably thinking about, all of these things that he did to his brothers. He's thinking about that as his father saying it.
Very good.
Because he's just like, man, my dad is just so glad to see me and my kids, and this is what I did. This is what I did.
Exactly. All right, so it is Thursday. It's December 7th, and it's episode number
234.
And we're in verse number. Where we at? I thought maybe you guys had homie. We're almost at the end of the chapter.
Let's read 17
I think we stopped at 17.
Yeah.
Joseph saw that his father had laid his right hand on Ephraim's head. It displeased him, and he grasped his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head to Manasseh's head. And Joseph said to his father, "Not so, my father, for this one is the firstborn. Place your right hand on his head." But his father refused. He said, "I know, my son, I know. He also will become a people, and he also will be great. However, his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his descendants shall become a multitude of nations."
Does that sound familiar?
And he blessed them that day, saying, "By you Israel will pronounce blessing, saying, may God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh." Putting Ephraim first. Yep. Jacob was second, but he became first. And Ephraim was second, and he became first. Now, did you do any research about why Ephraim, is the tribe of Ephraim greater tribe than the tribe of Manasseh?
I did not.
Okay, so I'll just give you off the top of my head, it seems like, from what my memory serves me, is that Ephraim stayed intact as a tribe, whereas Manasseh divided. Some of them went across the Jordan, and some of Manasseh's tribe stayed on the east side. So their tribe literally divided, but Ephraim stayed on the east side of the Jordan. They did not cross. And Ephraim was like the protectors of anyone trying to get into the land of Egypt. They would have to come through Ephraim first. So that's about the only thing I remember. So we'll probably see a little of that in the Exodus story when we get into Exodus.
Definitely will.
Yeah, because I know this is hundreds of years later, and these are definitely not Ephraim or Manasseh. They're their children, their grandchildren, but nevertheless, there they go. Anyway, so thus he put Ephraim before Manasseh, and then Israel said to Joseph, in verse 21.
But stop right there.
Oh,
So,
sure, yeah.
okay, so let's get the movie going in our head. Is Joseph disappointed? Is he frustrated that he put one over the other? Like, how's he feel as a parent? I mean, obviously we know the story, but as a parent, in his flesh, is he upset? Is he like, what's going on with this?
I think the scripture says that he is. It says that he's displeased. He's trying his best to get his father to bless the right one. But if Jacob says this is what it's got to be, I mean, Joseph is definitely one to know that God does strange things.
Yeah, and here's the let's bring it 2023. We want God to do things our way and bless us the way we want to be blessed. But God, like you said, God knows what He's doing. Israel knows what He's doing, but Joseph's like, no, it should be like this.
Yeah.
No.
But I do think Joseph accepts it.
Oh, does he have a choice?
Well, not really. But the other thing is he does understand this is the way God works things.
Yes.
I think he just was surprised.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with my last child. My wife, actually, at the time, she told me that we were having a boy. This was like 3 months before the birth of Jennifer. I was told that I was having a boy. And the day that she was born, the doctor is waiting on this last contraction, and he's got his arms folded, and he looks at me and he goes, "Must be a girl because only women make you wait like this." And I just went, "Bah, it's a joke. Okay, I get it, yeah." And then she was born, and I'm like, "Something's missing, Doc." And he's like, "I don't think anything's missing. It's a beautiful girl." And he goes, "Why, did you think it was a boy?" And I go, "That's what I've thought for the last 3 months." Yeah. So, Abe.
So what am I going to do with this basketball, this baseball mitt, and this baseball bat?
Literally, Michael Jordan. This was 1990. Jennifer was born in 1990. So right before their very first championship. In fact, it was during their championship season, 90-91, right? I think that was their first championship season.
Wow.
And this was in January. So, they're making the playoffs. It's, they're already, yeah. So the room is Michael Jordan and Bulls and the whole thing. And it's a little girl.
I want to tell you what's crazy that you just said that. I never knew that Jenny was born in 1990.
Yeah, she was.
So
January 25th.
So in January 1990, you had your last kid. And
Yeah.
on August 13th, 1990, I had my first one.
I think we actually talked about that one time before, though.
That's crazy.
We were talking about the 10-year difference between us. That was kind of weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You were going out and I was coming in.
My youngest is actually older than your oldest. So there you
In
go.
1990, I was in 10th grade.
Stealing chicken from
Yeah.
Ingles.
Whoa. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
There it is. There we go. Now, where were we?
So, Tim, you were you worked at Ingles?
I did, yeah, before Pizza Galley.
Now, is this during the dating of Angel? You said you're in 10th
Yeah,
grade.
you were working together. Weren't y'all working
we
together?
started working together, yeah. And I actually was working at Ingles in the 11th grade. And she started working there. Right when she started working there was when we started dating. And then shortly after that when I was terminated from my employment.
Stealing chickens?
Yeah. And
Oh, no. So this is a real true story.
Yeah. Why would I make that up on the
Yeah.
preacher?
Yeah, I got fired for eating chicken out of the deli.
If you guys are not looking at the video, Tim is like 6 shades of red right now. Oh, poor guy.
Hey, and you know what? 'Cause we
Way to
joke,
go, Abe.
Hey, Abraham, you know how we joke? He jokes about this all the time. And this is the Ingles in Bessemer City, just with the plain Ingles. Now, just could you imagine if it would have been the Ingles in Dallas where they got that huge daddy with wings?
They would have pressed charges on
with,
you
with
for that.
wings. I mean,
You would have did some time for some chicken over there.
you are correct.
Oh, Ingles has come a long way.
And that's a Thursday. And that's the way it is.
He should have got
December 7th.
He should have got some of the mashed potatoes because they are awesome.
But they're not wings. Though.
Oh no, they're not. But seriously, the one in